back. Game week 10. Check it out. It's green arrows all around. Green arrows in my mini leagues. Overall, I'm under 2 million now. Living the dream. I feel like my channel has become a scam because I started the channel because the 24-25 season was not going well. I thought I'll start a channel to go through the misery of FPL, but I'm sort of getting back to normal actually. I thought I've gone a bit too soon, haven't I? Week 8, writing my season off, which is something I need to learn, or should have learned by now. It's a long game, isn't it? Marathon, not a sprint. And things are definitely starting to improve. The mini leagues, these two, I've obviously blanked the names out because they're private, but I've gone up in both of those. But those, I think I've said before, are workplace ones, and they're kind of all the teams are starting to look the same there now. So you're not going to move up, but there's not much of a gap actually between the top 10 in both of those leagues. And the Yelts Army, that's Alzo in town actually. For those that know, or if you don't know, Alzo in town's sort of league, and there's some big numbers at the top of that league actually. But yeah, for me, happy days. Green arrows, living the dream. So, where are we at? What was my point situation? 68 points overall for the game week. Wasn't sort of too bad. My defence was great this week. No more -1 point for my defence. Davis, what a goal. So that goal, that volley, brilliant. Almost got a clean sheet as well, didn't they? Leicester scored right at the end, didn't they? Let's not talk about the Arsenal defence. Robertson, he got an assist right at the end, didn't he? Brentford took the lead in that, and he got the assist for the win in like the 93rd minute or something. Sells, solid as usual. Forest defence is looking good. Forest defence is the new Arsenal defence, I think. Let's have a look at more Forest players, I think. Midfield wise, Salah obviously delivered. Rodgers delivered. He's coming up green now, isn't he? We'll talk about that later, I think. Sammy Amo, great stuff. Foden, get a bit worried about Foden. I did say 4 weeks, but I'm thinking that might be my substitution actually. And United's not particularly great either. Forwards, yeah. And add Solanke on the bench. Schoolboy error. But, the thing is, right, there's no use worrying about that. I didn't transfer him out. I kept him because I was going to put him back in against Ipswich. I imagine a lot of people transfer him in for the Ipswich game. But I've already got him. I'm just going to put him back in the side. So generally, happy with the return from everyone there. There's one or two who haven't returned. Wizard, Haaland, Foden in particular, who I think might return this week. Although I am still tempted to substitute Foden, but we'll have a look at that. But generally, yeah, all right, actually. I think Sammy Amo's potentially looking at suspension. I think it's one more yellow card and he'll get suspension. Rodgers went off and he's coming up yellow, but I'm told apparently they reckon he's all right. Although they have got Liverpool away this week, so he might be the guy I bench to bring Solanke back in. But that's for later in the week. So for now, pretty happy with that. I think I've got lucky last couple of weeks, I have to say, because I've not got obviously Palmer, Saka, who both haven't really produced last couple of weeks compared with the other midfielders I've got in, notably Rodgers and Sammy Amo, obviously Salah. Still thinking of a game week 12 wild card. I'm thinking of going without Haaland. thinking of going about Haaland, having Salah, Palmer and Saka. I think Palmer's got a scan, hasn't he? There's talk he might be out, but for a few weeks. So, I mean, that'd make my wild card a bit easier because I could stick with Haaland and just put Saka in. But yeah, still thinking of the wild card. Solanke's going to stay. Might go for Wood on a wild card, but that's for next time, isn't it? That's for a week's time. In terms of game week 11, what have I got? Sorry, I'm moving my screen around a bit too much here. Here we go. As it is, if I didn't do any subs or anything, or if I didn't do any transfers, rather, I think I'm just right now. I'm thinking Rodgers on the bench, bring Solanke in, Ipswich at home. Brentford have got Bournemouth at home. Haaland can't bank again. Brighton away. Salah's a no-brainer, isn't he? Samiano got Brentford away. Brentford haven't kept a clean sheet all season. Palace away, Tottenham away, Chelsea away. Not a lot of points in my back three, but potentially looking at a Forest clean sheet, don't you think, against Newcastle? Could be. I don't think Henderson's going to have a clean sheet against Fulham. I think Fulham are going to score against Palace. Man United got Leicester at home, so I'm going to roll with that again. As part of me thinks Foden to Fernandes. It frees up some money actually, just for 1 week, because United actually Leicester at home. We have got the international break, so it's always a mess after the international break. But then United have got Ipswich away with the new manager in theory. Everton at home. God. They sacked the old bloke at the right time, didn't they, to give the new bloke a chance, didn't they? I suppose they got Arsenal, but you might be looking to go back to Man City. They got Forest. I mean, Forest are a good team, man. People are still putting anyone playing Forest down as an easy fixture, but Forest are a good team. They're a legit good team, man. Spurs look good on that run. I've got to look more closely at this. I'll tell you what I'm glad of from last week is that I didn't go for the Wolves. A lot of the FPL bros on Twitter and what have you were talking about Wolves options. Glad I didn't go for the Wolves options because that would have been a waste of time. I know they've got good fixtures, but I mean, they're rubbish. I mean, so what's the point in putting players if they're in a rubbish team where there's good value for teams that are good? Fulham, Brentford, Samiano for Bournemouth, it's good value, isn't he? Better than Wolves player. Forest, it's a lot of good value in the Forest squad. Just the price of Wood. I know he's gone up, but the defence is good. I don't know. I don't know why you need to go for Wolves assets. I always think that's not. I never think that's a good move unless it's one of those game weeks where there's like 4 games or something, and you can do the free hit or whatever just for the week. You can whack a load of these guys in. It's a bottom of the table clash, but they're never like 4-3, are they? They're like 1-1 or 1-0 or something. The teams are bottom of the table because they're rubbish generally. There's not a lot of potential there for points in FPL. Dunk's still coming up injured. I'll probably do something there when I do the wild card. So I think that's it for now. We'll come back on Friday. What are we going on transfers wise? Got a solid £1.2 million and 1 free transfer. But that would do me, Foden to Fernandes. Don't know, I'm fancying that. Or Madison. Need to have a think. I could do a couple actually, but I don't want to. I don't want to take a -4. But I can just whack someone in who I'm thinking, I like a week. Whereas Fernandez is probably a longer term thing. Because he's a solid player, isn't he? And if United are going to start doing well, he's going to pick up a lot of points. And he's pretty well priced. I think if I put him in, I save almost £1 million on Foden. So, right, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I hope you had a good game week and everything was hunky dory. Green arrows all around. Still think I've got to change the name of the. I've got to think of a better name for the channel. I was going to call it Red Arrows all around. Makes it sound like an aerial display team, doesn't it? Yeah, Foden. If Foden scores, I will sing the Foden song. But he hasn't scored, so I'm not going to. Anyway, have a good week. Enjoy yourselves. I'll come back before deadline Friday and run through exactly what I'm going to do with the team. I'm going to set them up and when I'm going to use that free transfer. Have a good week. Enjoy if you're in Britain, bonfire night tonight. And yeah, Ola. No, it's not Ola's hello. Why do I keep saying that? Honestly. Au revoir.